Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show, Crypto Express. In today's video, I'm going to share market sentiment, Bitcoin news, and a couple gems and some validation on where I will personally be putting, well, I just did before the show, where I will be topping up and where most crypto OG investors, builders, and KOLs and investors alike are also putting their bets, which of course means if these tokens backed by influencers are going to pump because they have large audiences. That said, let us get started. First off, we'll start off with Bitcoin's news. Bitcoin has been struggling, which is nothing to be alarmed of. I mean, we know all the metrics are in, all of the facts driving Bitcoin's adoption are happening on the daily, and Bitcoin is going to pump. It's a long-term hold. If you are longing it or shorting it, I don't know, that's your call. I sometimes long it if I know, we're on a run up, because I do my research and I follow top traders, and so I have a sense. But as of now, I believe, based on my research, that the market is going to be turning extremely bullish in about the next week or so. So I'm currently putting all of my investments, all my chips, I'm allocating my money according to each layer, layer ones, layer twos, DeFi. I'm positioning myself right now because I believe it's the quiet before the storm. So that's it. So that said, on Bitcoin, enough said. It's Bitcoin. It's going to have a long-term effect in the market, in the world, as an investment asset. So I'm always and eternally going to be bullish on Bitcoin. Just quick news on Bitcoin's activity with ETF flows. It's been the fourth consecutive day. Yesterday's ETF net flow saw the fourth consecutive net outflow, coming in at $94 million. See, it says today's Bitcoin sent out by Grayscale comes out to be 1.5 BTC or 96 million worth. So that's just some facts for you. Of course, it's normal as people start investing. People also want to take a profit. So that's also to be expected. That said, some good news is that ETH has outperformed BTC today, which is an indicator of a bullish tide, of a bullish market. Retail is here. They're excited to play. We know memes have been the hype, and that's a really strong indicator that the bull run is definitely, getting started, steaming up. Some unfortunate news, however, it's just the world we live in, and crypto tends to attract, a Degen personality type, people that like to be their own bosses, live off the grid, have their own money, control their own things. And it's, I have my theories. Maybe this will be a separate video on why there's been the rise of this culture. But yeah, basically we're the children, the age group that's primarily in crypto are the children of the baby boomers that were pretty much the product of their parents, which, went through World War I and World War II, and, suffered through the Great Depression and died and went to war for this ideological belief in the government and in their leadership and in patriotism, and they died because of this and suffered through the Great Depression. And as a result, when all the wars ended, the baby boomers were born. That's why they're called the baby boomers. And they followed the rules, and bought into the American dream of the 9 to 5, and you retire and then you can live happily ever after. And then they were heartbroken through the whole, .com bubble pop collapse. And, there's just been so much disappointment with the governments around the world and their lack of responsibility and care for their people, that I think that has bred a generation of, I don't want to call them degens, but degens, and that's the personality type that's in crypto. So anyway, we tend to find things funny that are not funny, we make it funny. We make it something to bet on and to make money of. And that's why I've said in my previous videos, memes, their value is culture and the voice of our generation betting on different aspects of culture and politics and, different networks, and their popularity and success and viability. So there is intrinsic value, and it's just unfortunate right now. I know I went on a rampage, but it's unfortunate that racist coins are now trending on Dex Tools, or Dex Screener, but it's a reflection of the people. Everything is a reflection of our state of being. They say even musicians, it's just a different form of art. Musicians are the reflection of their culture, and I think meme coins now have their place amongst those ranks of expression. So unfortunate, because that's how the world gets to know us, right? But hopefully it passes soon. Anyway, this is Bitcoin's liquidation heat map. Currently prices just chopping up everyone around the 65K region. The main levels of interest in terms of liquidity sit roughly at 59K to 69K. So just beware, okay? Don't be betting within this range. It's just volatile for a time. And as I saw in Ivan on Tech's video yesterday, historically, and I mentioned this briefly in yesterday's video, there tends to be a 4-week sideways trending or volatile, choppy time frame always before every bull run and every takeoff. And so it's to be expected. If you're betting within these weeks, I would say it's not a good idea. Not that it's financial advice, but I say it's not a good idea. Let there be definitive action and movement in Bitcoin's charts before you jump in and put a long in. I was longing Bitcoin, but I just stopped because it's we're just clearly within this massive consolidation sideways trending until we break out. But many believe that we are breaking out now. So much bullish news, BlackRock's news from yesterday, seeding its BUIDL fund on Ethereum and USDC. Just so much news, Anyway, let's move on. This is the alpha. This is the gem I wanted to share with you. Let us play this from the beginning.
As always, the following video is non-financial advice. It's purely educational. I keep 95% of my portfolio in Bitcoin for obvious reasons, and the other 5% I use to feed my inner Degen, my curiosity, and basically to support the space as a whole. The project I'm going to cover today covers all of that and more. So you might have heard of it, but I'm pretty sure you missed the new narrative that's unfolding around our favorite frog, Pepe, the flippening, or as I call it, the Pepening. Let me explain why. The original Pepecoin, and I'm not talking about this fake Pepe that I'm gonna address later on, I'm talking about the OG Pepecoin launched in 2016. It originally is one of the first meme coins we ever had, next to Dogecoin. And it didn't launch through an ICO or smart contract because it actually released before Ethereum was a thing. It launched through mining, basically like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. The only reason Pepecoin was under the radar for such a long time was due to the fact that Bittrex forced them to rebrand just to stay listed on their centralized exchange. But why? Good thing you asked. In 2016, Pepecoin faced a major challenge. call it that. White supremacists and right-wing ideologists began using PayPay to spread their ideology. Now, this reached its climax when Donald Trump posted a PayPay meme of himself. Hilary Clinton was very fast to point out that Pepe the Frog was a label for white supremacy.
Now to what Hilary Clinton said today, and Nancy Cordes is covering her campaign.
Oh my gosh.
He is taking hate groups mainstream and helping a radical fringe take over the Republican Party.
And as you can imagine, she accused Trump's campaign of maliciously spreading those PayPay memes. So the Anti-Defamation League, I didn't even know there was such a thing, went on to list PayPay as a hate symbol. Ultimately, Pepecoin was forced to rebrand, which they did, and the ticker changed from PayPay to meme. So in response to that, the Pepecoin team, now MemeTick team, launched XxOoXxooxoxo, a decentralized meme and asset exchange protocol where users were able to store, create, and safeguard their memes and digital assets, preserving their rarity via encrypted IPFS storage on the MemeTick blockchain. And I know what you're thinking. Yes. Ultimately, Pepecoin built the first functioning NFT marketplace we ever had.
Wow.
But out of the reason and necessity to maintain free speech and internet culture. Way before OpenSea was a thing. In July of 2017, MemeTick launched Master Tokens. Essentially what it was, users needed to lock up 15,000 meme in order to become a Pepecoin master node and to earn rewards. Over 200 master nodes were operating on the blockchain, distributed across several countries. In 2018, the blockchain underwent a hard fork. And ultimately, Pepecoin started its transition phase from proof of work to proof of stake. And finally, on the 29th of April 2023, the team bridged Pepecoin to Ethereum using UTXO lockups and named the Ethereum-based Pepecoin Pepe. So now that you know the full story, I hope you can see that there is just one original Pepecoin. And I don't even want to talk about the fake Pepe, as this would just bring further awareness to something that doesn't actually deserve it, in my humble opinion at least. I think this is just a matter of time till this news spreads, and when it does, the flippening or the Pepening will occur. The devs of the original Pepecoin have been working the entire time while CT, or like crypto Twitter and influencers, shilled a fake Pepecoin. So in my opinion, it just feels right that this happens, and it's supposed to happen. Obviously, I don't have the crystal ball, and I don't know if this is gonna play out like it should, but I think it has to. It's just fair. This is what the devs had to say, by the way. It runs pretty deep. They stole our idea, are changing the game narrative, even our logo, and just ran with it. These guys don't want things to change. This wasn't an attack on us, it was an attack on crypto, to keep the never-end token assembly line rolling. You know what they can steal? Our ability to innovate and release our planned groundbreaking technologies and our community-building games and applications. We're devs. We will relentlessly dev our way onto the top. And boy, they are deving their way onto the top. So what is Pepecoin up to these days? As you see from the website, those guys are nuts when it comes to building. This might be the cleanest website I've ever seen. And I don't mean crypto, I mean like generally speaking. If it was up to me to give anybody an award, those guys deserve it for this website. It's insane. From choosing XP as a base to playing GTA or Pokemon within your browser, PayPay Messenger to chat with other Degens in a decentralized manner, they're covering so much to feed my inner Degen. It just makes me happy. XxOoXxooxoxo, a Telegram trading bot with integrated trading dashboard, will launch soon. Just message XxOoXxooxoxo and it'll do the rest. And of course, revenue share for Pepecoin holders will be a thing. This site is packed with fun infos and alpha almost everywhere, and I just recommend you check it out yourselves. Recently, Merry Kekmes started. If you own 69 Pepecoins or more and you stake them, not only do you get based AI, which I'm going to cover in a second, but you also qualify to receive gifts. And judging by one of the devs, those gifts should be a pretty big deal. Non-financial advice. So the next major phase of the Pepecoin evolution is likely linked to based AI. What is based AI? They're building an open AI layer 1 network where anyone can run their own decentralized AI model. This is powered by GPU mining, or proof of useful work, as they call it. And they're not playing around. Take a look at this video. Pepecoin trains AI models by using an open source, peer-to-peer decentralized pool of GPUs and a proof of useful work model named Pepe AI, allowing them to tap into raw computing power. Now that pool offers to train their very own chat AI bot called ChatGP33, or pronounced ChatGP3. Imagine if you could use your computer's power to contribute to training AI models. Well, this is what they're building. Pepe AI goes way beyond a simple chat bot. It's an entire infrastructure that uses the collective power of orphaned miners to train AI. It covers a wide range of applications that companies usually spend millions on. Contributions are rewarded just like in traditional mining. You provide 10% of the work, you receive 10% of the reward, without wasting energy. Besides all of the helpful threads from community members that I was able to learn a lot from, thank you guys, I'm gonna link all of your profiles down below. A big shout out has to go towards Tyler, who called this narrative and who called all of this at just 2 cents. Obviously, he has a massive position, but he even locked his tokens just so he can freely talk about Pepecoin without followers or CT thinking he will dump on them, which is a dope move. Big respect. Pepecoin went on a run recently, but it's still at least a 5x until it catches up with the fake Pepe, which in my opinion is just a matter of time, the Pepening. And call me crazy, but after that, I think Dogecoin is the next. That's just my own personal humble opinion. Call me insane. As of right now, there are less than 5,000 wallets holding Pepecoin, and roughly 69% of Pepecoin is staked to earn based AI. So as always, in full transparency, obviously I own Pepecoin, I support them, I hope this works out, especially with based AI and Kekbot and everything they have planned. I'm not planning on selling anything unless Elon Musk has another SNL episode and starts shilling Pepecoin on national television. If that doesn't happen, I'm really excited to see where things are headed. My Pepecoins are staked, they will remain staked until there is no more based AI left. So this will likely be the only meme coin I'm ever going to cover in such detail, but I think the devs deserve every bit of love and coverage they can get. I've got a ton planned for next year, and I honestly cannot wait. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
Wasn't that awesome? Okay, so if you have joined my Telegram community, the link is below. I actually shared this with my VIP group yesterday. I wasn't ready to talk about it. I also got in early thanks to my amazing partner Kyle Chasse from Master Ventures and Paid Network, which is going to be one of the top launch pads this bull run. As an insider, I can tell you what they're working on is massive. Like, watch out for announcements coming this next week. But that said, I got in early last night, and if you were to know my wallet, you would also know that I staked all of my Pepecoin. So that said, I feel like that video really goes into everything in quite detail. It is a gem for you. I hope you take advantage of it. It's not financial advice, but it's such a brilliant story. And these devs have demonstrated relentless persistence and creativity. I mean, even as he was saying earlier, they even built technically the first NFT marketplace. They're adaptable, and I think that's a sign of a project you want to invest in when the team never gives up, keeps transforming, adapting. So much to say there, but that said, we're just going to graze through these tweets. But basically, based AI, as you saw in the video, guys, you know, is a project being developed by Based Labs, which is awesome. It means they come from like a venture studio themselves, always building. They're builders. This isn't a one-off project, like they are builders. And the OG Pepecoin. So original Pepecoin was launched in 2016. amazing. These are true OG L1 developers. Now they're building an L1, a layer 1, focused on the FHE, fully homomorphic encryption language, which basically, just to give you guys a really high level on it, fully homomorphic encryption is an encryption method that allows, here, let me just give you the situation. Okay, I Googled it for you, and it basically is a situation where, for instance, a medical researcher wants to compute descriptive statistics on a population of lung cancer patients at a hospital, right? But the complication would be that the hospital is unable to share this sensitive medical records due to like HIPAA rules if you're in the United States, privacy rules. What would be the resolution? And I hope medical companies and hospitals get this video. I'm going to make a short of just this one section because this would be the solution for them. The resolution, if they were using fully homomorphic encryption language, would be the hospital encrypts, right, or locks down, secures the sensitive data using a fully homomorphic encryption scheme so that the data is protected while also able to be computed. So how it would work is the hospital would homomorphically encrypt its medical records and send them to the medical researcher cloud computing environment. And because the data is encrypted, it's fully protected and private in the cloud. Next, the researcher runs its analytical functions on the fully homomorphic encrypted data in the cloud, manipulating the data while it remains encrypted. Last, the researcher downloads the encrypted output and decrypts the results to reveal the plaintext answer. Notice that the sensitive medical record is encrypted end-to-end, is only decrypted when revealing the final answer behind organizational firewalls. So it's the future. I mean, think about how much sensitive information is out there, you know, hospitals, like even schools and government, like people's records, you know, like criminal records or driving records, or there's so much sensitive information that you don't always want to release, you know? So that is what is super in right now. Protocols, crypto projects that use fully homomorphic encryption, or FHE, if you see this, is totally in right now. And that's what Based AI uses. Okay, this is their website, Get Based AI. So you know what it looks like. And this is just someone validating what I just said. You know, FHE, or fully homomorphic encryption, is the holy grail of cryptography. So it enables you to prove the correctness of encrypted data, while FHE enables you to analyze the data without decrypting it. So if you hear of other crypto projects using this, keep an eye out. It is what is in right now. It's also just the future for the world. So that said, it's, you know, it's just the future. And this is how it compares to Potensor. So we know Potensor is leading the way in AI, in decentralized AI, GPU mining. It's leading the way. And that said, Based AI rivals or is similar to Potensor, ticker Tau, TAO, in that the brains, what Based AI calls its brains, are similar to Potensor's subnets. So there's some comparison there if you're looking for, you know, a project that you can get into earlier that's similar to Potensor, because Potensor is very expensive. I won't pull it up at the moment, but it's like very, very expensive, like $700 a token last time I checked. Anyway, what's brilliant is that the Genesis brain, or the first one, right, will be minted by burning 1,000 Pepecoin. Then the requirement will increase by 200 Pepecoin for every mint. If all 1,024 brains are activated, this will translate to the Pepecoin supply being reduced by 76%. So if the supply is reduced by 76%, what does this do to the price? It like pumps the price. So this is both a short-term Degen play or high risk play. Not high risk. I wouldn't even say Degen, but Degen in the sense of like the meme coin culture aspect. But it's definitely high reward. I would say the risk is quite low actually with them. But because it's so new, it will give you that early or that initial pumpamentalness, like boom, it's gonna skyrocket once it just gains some traction. And I happen to know, don't ask me how, that it's gonna pump. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so you're in early and you're welcome. That said, the Prometheus testnet has initialized, and this will run for 30 days until the Cyan testnet, which runs 30 days until Mainnet. So it is set, locked, and loaded for takeoff. And what's amazing is that it's white paper. Its white paper was even published on Cornell's University, like repository of research documents. So in order to be published at Cornell University, it tells you they are serious. This is a serious project. This is them now. Can you see it in my face? So this is like, you know, it just looks like a lot of sideways trending activity. But if we zoom out, we will see that. Let's zoom out. Come on, guys. It you can't quite see, can you? Basically, this is the bottom action. I can't get it to go up. There we go. This is where it's been, and this is where we're at now. Okay, it had like a random massive candle, and now it's been sideways. But this tells you it's a time to buy if you're going to buy, not financial advice. So, and this is its beautiful website. Oh my gosh, guys, it's like going back to the 90s. So it would tell you to connect your MetaMask. I don't have a MetaMask on this account, but you would connect it, and then when you log in to the website, because I staked my Pepecoin as I was telling you, you feel like you went back in time, and there's so much detail and thought. Like it's like a whole little world. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna shift gears to talk about Phantom. Phantom, everyone's talking about Phantom, builders and influencers alike, which really tells you like it's a good sign. It's a very bullish sign. Not just that, but I don't have it pulled up, but when checking the market, Phantom has been in the green. Let's go check them out actually. Where are you? See Phantom right here. This is on the daily. This is on the weekly. Can you see that? Progressively going up. And there are a lot of updates. Look at that. Just up. It's a layer 1, and they have wild updates coming up. We're going to get into very fast, but basically they have this upgrade coming. Right, so that's this Sonic Mainnet upgrade that's coming. It says 10K TPS achieved, publicly verified. This is from Andre Crone, the founder. Says you can test for yourself on public infrastructure. No need to trust me, bro. Available today. No need to wait. We haven't even started yet with the parallel execution meme. So it's incredible. I covered this in yesterday's video if you want to hear more detail, but I just wanted to cover them again because they've been the talk. Like everyone's talking about them, and their chart shows it, as I was telling you. And showed you a moment ago as well. When the market corrected, Phantom bounced back very fast, which of course is a very good strong indicator. And then, this tweet verifies it. It says, with Phantom being one of the flavors of the week right now. Okay, this is somebody that's voicing some concerns, which I, of course, feel responsible to share with you, just so you know both sides of the coin. Okay, so there is this other sort of concern some people have about Phantom, but it's very minimal. This guy is an OG. He's obviously been around since previous bull run. So he says, so he briefly wants to voice his opinion on it. As a former power user on the network, from my experience, tech does not make an ecosystem, community, and strong leadership do, of which Phantom has neither. So he's hating on Phantom, but let's listen to him, okay? Their community, myself included, was eviscerated on the MultiChain hack. So there was a hack. To the extent that every single user with stablecoins on the chain took a 90% loss, and many of their top dApps literally completely shut down. Users were never reimbursed despite Phantom having a large treasury, and the network is now a graveyard of multi-chain stables mixed with other weirdly named stables that make no sense. Meanwhile, Phantom's leadership is temperamental, with a history of quitting every time things get hard. For example, in 2020, after the project was hacked, the creator says he quit DeFi, but the project has bench strength. So this is the news on Andre Crone, but there's another strong argument that just balances things out. So I'm going to read it to you just so you're fully aware before you go invest. Right? He says this is Andre Crone's response to this previous community member. He says, I agree, tech does not make an ecosystem. Community and strong leadership do. So let's unpack each of them. Multi-chain hack. We are the only chain still actively trying to recover funds from users, with frequently released updates on this as recent as of April 3rd. And then he links the latest updates. This was not a hack. It was a seizure or a confiscation. They took it. So until the process runs its legal course, we can't simply back it with treasury, since if it resolves, people can claim the original losses, and then we will simply be out of pocket for the double dip, right? Does that make sense? So they can't pay them because through the actual legal process that they're going through, they may be refunded directly. So why would they pay 2 times? So that's what he's saying. Phantom's leadership is not just me. It's Kong, Sam, Juan, Schultz, Jacob, Joe, and many others. I have also not stopped working at Phantom since 2018. I left Yearn after I had handed it over to a team that did far better than I. Same with yeah. One of my core beliefs is to find someone that can do a job better than yourself and then let them do it. So this is of my leadership principles. I apologize if you see this as temperamental. Solidly, my discussion thereof was very clear. It is completely immutable and decentralized the second it launches. I cannot change anything, even should I require to do so. True decentralization does not have a founder. This was by design, as one of my core beliefs is to always promote true decentralization. I apologize if you see that this is as leaving all the users holding bags, even though my hands-off stance was clearly communicated. And then I find the comparison to Solana refreshing, since they also suffered through 2 horrific bridge events, Wormhole and FTX, and their assets, as you put it, was a graveyard of stables. Phantom has suffered a massive hit via multi-chain, and is not only doing everything in our power to make users whole again, but also advancing the tech of this industry. For all the writing, your only real one claim is that I am temperamental. Feel free to hold that against me, but good luck holding that against the entire 50+ Phantom team. I will bet on them, even in my absence, any day. Let's talk again after Sonic and see how the graveyard looks then. So he's basically taking on the challenge and saying, like, we are proceeding with our upgrade. It's supposed to be huge. And let me know how much you hate Phantom after. So I respect this response because he addresses it head on, and that's a sign of leadership. And, you know, he takes the one criticism that can be made of him, which is that he's temperamental. But then he backs it by saying, you know, I'm not the only leader. There's 50 plus leaders and they're awesome. That's why Phantom is still standing and rallying right now, because it does have a strong community. It would have no community, trust me, if this was a rug. And then he takes on the challenge, which is what you should do if you are putting in the work and you are confident in your ability to deliver. You welcome it. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to stick to the process, and you'll see results will speak for themselves. Like me with this channel, I just got started, but I'm committed to sharing alpha with you. It's like going on 4 in the morning my time, but I wanted to bring you this news. And I hope you appreciate the alpha. I hope you'll act on it. Go do your own research. But check out the research I'm sharing, the accounts that I'm sharing, the news that I'm sharing, and I wish you guys the best. It is time to put in your bets. Do not wait too long, please. Put in your investments the way I did today. I'm doing it methodically, and I'm reviewing everything and organizing myself so that when it's ready, set, go, which many believe is right around the corner, like a week, maybe give or take, like we are taking off. And it's going to be volatile, but get ready for that, you know? Have your dry powder, have your like USDT and ETH ready to go, and your USDC and your Solana funds, like little, you know, your accounts to buy. And keep track of your wallets and how much you're moving from one token to another. Keep track of everything. And remember that the goal is hopefully you become a millionaire. That is my personal goal. I hit millionaire last bull run, but then I just didn't keep everything because I didn't know what I was doing. But this bull run, I will. But just remember that the goal is to outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the goal. And if you do, then you've done well. So just remember to take profits, get ready, and yeah, I will see you here next week. If there is breaking news over the weekend, I will cover it for you in the form of shorts. So follow me on Twitter. I will be releasing it there as soon as possible. This is me. But all right, guys, love you very much. And I will see you guys here on Monday. Ciao.